tell you more about your performance today than the actual score?
Yeah, I thought the performance was fantastic against a top quality team. Disappointed with the first goal, letting the cross come in and then getting across your man, but the second, third and fourth, 3 goals in 9 minutes has really hurt us. But I think you see the reaction of the supporters. They've had a fantastic day out. I think for large parts of that game, 58 minutes before they score were fantastic. So yeah, it's disappointing to lose. The scoreline doesn't reflect, I don't think, the performance, but the fact of the matter is they've got good quality players that can put the ball in the back of the net. But I thought our lads were excellent. They give it their all, and that's the biggest thing I'm pleased about.
How pleased were you? You went toe to toe with what was a Premier League team. I mean, there's those two ways about it, not just the Premier League, Premier League team.
I think the respect Mauricio showed us from the start. I didn't read much comments of what people had said or potential team, and people saying there might have been 10 changes and whatnot. We didn't really show the lads the team what we normally do on a Friday or a Thursday, because we didn't know what it'd be. But I think he showed us massive respect that, putting them players out in that performance. He's wanting the performance from his team, but the players that went out there and the players that come on the pitch, were fantastic quality players. So yeah, our lads deserve a lot of credit for going toe to toe, especially for 58 minutes before we conceded. Disappointed with a couple of the goals, of course, but they've got quality all over the pitch, and when they bring the subs on, they just make it a little bit harder for you. And they've got them moments of quality.
In terms of your players' development, how much will that benefit them having gone up against players?
Well, I've just said to them, for that performance now for 58 minutes, I think it was when they scored, we need to take that into Saturday now for 95 or 97 minutes, whatever it may be, to get our season back on track and picking wins up and climbing back up the table, because they've shown that the lads can do it. And as you said, your words, to go toe to toe with a Premiership outfit and the quality of players and the personnel in there. In the midfield, 250 million combined probably. I don't think Preston have ever spent anywhere near that in history. But the fact of the matter is, you're coming up against them and you can withstand that is pleasing. And I've given the lads a well done, but obviously they're disappointed with the result. But the performance, I thought, was fantastic.
It's really difficult to get out of the Championship, but the prize at the end of it is to play these teams every week. Has that carrot just been dangled a little bit in front of them for the rest of the season? That is the goal for your team.
Well, as I said to the boys, they've got all the families and kids and that here, and going to, and obviously we're our large supporter, 6,500 or 6,000 plus, whatever was here. Go and show them what you're capable of. Make memories. People can say you've come here and went toe to toe with Chelsea, but yet that's the heights everyone wants to try and get to. We're nowhere near that level, of course, just yet, which is proven later on in the game. But I think any young talent, quality players who play not just for me, but for anyone in the Championship, that's the level. That's where they all want to try and get to, because I think it was a fantastic occasion. Yeah.
And just finally from me, I work with the supporters. 6,500.
Fantastic. And again, we've got to credit them. We do. They've travelled in a numbers home and away. For 58 minutes, I'm thinking, okay, could it change and could they send them home even happier? I know they've gone home disappointed with the scores, of course, but I think they've had a fantastic day out. They've come here, they've outsang the Chelsea supporters, but they have, and they've really rallied around the lads today. So I want that to continue now in the league. So big special mention to them, big thank you from me and the players and staff. Cheers.
Was there a lot of pride right in that first half, but I feel like you the courage on the pitch?
Oh yeah, I said to them, we need to show a bit of pride and a bit of passion, George. I think you have to when you come to places like this. Listen, there's a few lads disappointed in there because they felt they could have potentially nicked something from this, or a draw, or whatever it may be. But sometimes you have to hold your hand up to some quality, and that's what we've done today. We've been undone by quality, but we've been undone by a couple of our own individual errors, which we'll look back and we'll address back. But yeah, they were pleased and proud of the players, as I always am, for performing the way they did for large parts of that game.
Did fatigue creep in a bit in the second half?
Yeah, probably, mate. Yeah, I think you look at their players and the way they play, and we're what now, 27 games in, is that us? Most of that team have been playing week in, week out, and but again, I wanted to make sure we were here strong and resolute and give our good account. That's no disrespect to the lads who didn't get on or the lads who come on. I just felt the game plan would be to be nice and compact and tight, 3 flat midfielders in there. With the wing backs and 2 strikers and 1 dropping down. We just felt it'd be important to stay in the game for large parts, and yet that's why we made the changes when we did, because fatigue probably did set in.
Was there any disappointment it ended up 4 with our time?
Well, I think that the linesman gave offside for the 4th one, weren't it? But again, that was the first ever time, well, the second time I've experienced VAR, and I didn't like it, so I'm not too sure how Mauricio deals with it every week. But and then 2 goals are disappointing you. The free kick, we dwell on the ball a bit, and then we end up backtracking to try and get the ball back, and we end up giving a foul away, and then a top international puts it in the top corner. But the other one's obviously disappointing. The second, third and fourth are disappointing goals. I think if we can avoid them, you come out of here with a lot more credit than we probably have. But I can't no fault on me on the players. They were fantastic.
What was the difference between the first half and the second half?
Good question. I think that the quality of level stepped up. I think Stamford Bridge was getting a bit frustrated, I must say, and the quality of level steps up, and Mudryk then drops inside and whips a ball across the front of our goal, and striker's there to head it in. But then the quality, obviously, we can't make mistakes. I always say in the Championship you can maybe make 1 or 2 mistakes and maybe get away with it. In the Premiership, against Premiership players, you can't make any mistakes because you'll get punished, and that's what we did. Cheers lads, thanks very much, take care.